Hello everyone, this is the GX Simmer here, and I'm here to talk about 5 things that I think should be in the Sims 5, aka Project Renee, but probably won't be. And if you like what you see today, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and click that notifications bell so you always know when I'm going to put out new content. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Let's get into it.
Let's start with the major one on the list, cars. I know. Everyone thinks cars are going to be in The Sims 5, but I gotta tell you, I don't. Here's why. Cars are fully immersive. They were a unique experience for The Sims 3. You could go and spend hours fixing up cars, and you could buy expensive cars if your Sims were rich. Or you could start off with a little jalopy and then eventually upgrade. You could teach your kids how to drive. Cars really were a part of the Sims 3 experience. And with the open world, it made it great to drive them and go anywhere and woohoo in them and all kinds of fun stuff. So, what do I think is going to happen with the Sims 5? Are they going to be in the base game at launch? No. I hate to tell you that, but absolutely not. The reason why is I do not believe Sims 5 will be an open world. I think the neighborhoods will be larger than what we've seen in The Sims 4. And I do think we're going to have the ability to create lots to our customization. But I do not believe at game launch, you're going to see cars. When do I think cars are going to appear in The Sims 5 or Project Renee as it's known? I do believe it will come out as a standalone expansion game pack, or The Sims will give us a free update. My advice to The Sims, if you don't have it at base game launch, it better be a free update. Because then, possibly, you could do a game pack for cars, and you could add in certain things like the mechanic career if people wanted to go in that direction and really make it fully immersive. You could also give us the ability to maybe do minor handiness on the cars with the free update, but give us a fully immersive experience where you can build a really great big garage if you're a celebrity and have all kinds of tools and all kinds of skills. There's several ways to do it, but at base game launch, do I think cars are going to appear? Absolutely not. Let's move on to number 4 now. Number 4 on my list is something that I know people are going to be screaming at me for, but I gotta tell you, it is probably a possibility. Open world. No, I do not believe open world is going to exist in The Sims 5 Project Renee, and I will tell you why. The last time we saw open world was The Sims 3, and I do not believe it's going to be in The Sims 5. But what I do believe will happen is that neighborhoods will be larger and will expand more and will allow you the opportunity to move around freely. You will have more places to go. For instance, if you go out of your house and you want to go down the street to the bar, you'll be able to do that. If you go out to the bar and you want to go to the bookshop afterwards, why, I don't know, but you would, you could. Or maybe there's a street vendor and you'll want to go near the street vendor. This will be fully immersive. This will be larger, give you more opportunities to interact with your neighbors. So will it be open world? Not exactly, but will it be more like we see in Sims 4 with the wider neighborhood? Yes, it will. And I also believe that because we've complained about the lack of lots in The Sims 4, we will be able to create our own worlds and possibly set the limit about how big we want our lots to be and what type of lots we want to have. All right, let's move on to number 3. Number 3, life stages. This would really upset me if it was not in The Sims 5, but my gut feeling is that all life stages that we've come to know from Sims 4 will not be in Project Renee, and I'm going to explain that. When we had Sims 4 launch, we expected to see babies, toddlers, children, young adults, elders. What we got were babies, children, young adults, elders. Now, along comes Sims 4. 8 years later, they finally give us infants. Infants were new to the game. We never had them really in 1, 2, or 3. We had kind of some features that were in what we would consider to be infants now. But infants, really, as we know them now, are very fleshed out. There was a lot of work and love that went into them. That is evident. Do I think, though, they're going to be in The Sims 5? I gotta tell you no. I think what they're going to do is they're going to launch with newborns, toddlers, children, young adults, elders. And I tell you, if they do that, it's going to be a missed opportunity for EA, and it's going to set the ire of many of the community, my ire included. One thing EA needs to do, and I've been very adamant about this for years, is that people do not want to have to buy the same packs over and over again in new iterations of the game. We did this from Sims 2 to Sims 3 to Sims 4, and we kicked ourselves for it. Will we do it in Sims 5? I think it's going to be a matter of buyer beware. One thing I think that EA really needs to do is give us what we expect to have in the base game so that you can concentrate on new and exciting features and new and exciting opportunities that we have never before thought of for the new game. After all, a new iteration should be about new experiences, new opportunities, and yes, new adventures. Now, let's move on to number 2. Number 2 is something that I've really had something stuck in my head about for a long, long time. I do not believe it will be in The Sims 5, and it really upsets me to say this, and that is enhanced vacations. I would love the idea of really going on an immersive vacation like in Sims 3 World Adventures. That was so much fun. Jungle Adventure kind of came close to that, but not quite. You still had missed opportunities that could have been expanded upon. So do I think that Sims 5 will have extended vacations at base game launch? Absolutely not. Do I think it's going to come out as an expansion or as possibly even a free update? Yes, I do. I would say expansion more so, and I think you're going to expect to see this 2 to 3 years down the road. Now, this brings us to number 1. Number 1, what do you think it is? Let me know in the comments, and if you really like this content, again, please like, share, subscribe, and click the notifications bell. It really helps me out a lot, and I really appreciate you watching today. So let's get into it. Number 1, what do I think is the number 1 feature that we really want in The Sims 5, but won't be? Drum roll, please. Pets. You heard me. Pets. Pets will not be in the base game launch, and I gotta tell you, that upsets me. Most of our lives, all of us have pets. Some people don't, but most of us do. I grew up with a dog. I now have 2 dogs and 3 cats as an adult. I think that pets need to be in this game at start, and I really think cats and dogs should be part of the base game. Now, if they are, I'll be shocked. But if they're not, I won't be surprised. And I do think that's going to come out as an expansion. But I'll tell you something, they better be fleshed out a little bit more than they were in Sims 4 and 3. And they better also include horses if they come out as an expansion, and birds, and maybe reptiles too. So those are my top 5 things that I think should be in The Sims 5 at launch, but probably it won't be. What did you think of my list? Do you have other features that you'd like to see in The Sims 5 that you think should be in base game launch but probably won't be? Well, let me know in the comments. Maybe we'll do a follow-up video. And if you really like my content, please like, share, subscribe, and click the notifications bell so you always know when I'm going to put out new content. Thanks for watching today. Have a great day, and I'll see you on my next video. Take care.